Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Sky Sports 101 Monday Night Football recap show. I'm sorry you didn't get a pregame show, but you'll get one next week, and you'll get a trivia question too. But we'll recap tonight's game, which the LA Chargers beat the Denver Broncos 19 to 16 tonight at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. And this is one of those games where it was interesting and wasn't very high scoring. But we're going to recap it right now. First quarter, the Chargers had to punt after going 3 and out, 7 plays, 36 yards, and then the Broncos got to 4th and 5. Brian McManus kicked a 51-yard field goal, and it was good, and it was 3-0. Denver. So this was one of those scores where just were. Oh, it's Brandon McManus. Excuse me, Brandon McManus kicked that field goal. That's what I was trying to look up. I'm so sorry. It was Brandon McManus. Now the Chargers had to punt after 3 plays and 5 yards, going 3 and out, and then the Broncos scored their first touchdown of the game, and they got to 1st and 10 at the LA 39. Russell Wilson pass deep intended for Deluch, and for a 39-yard touchdown. Brandon McManus' extra point was good, and it was 10-0 Broncos. And then the LA Chargers, they scored their first touchdown of the game. It was 30 goal to Denver 6. Austin Elliker. Elliker up the middle for a 6-yard touchdown. Hopkins' extra point was good, and it was 10-7 Broncos at the end of the first quarter. Yeah, Austin Elliger. I knew that name was right. I just wanted to double check that. That was all. In the second quarter, the Broncos had to punt after going 3 and out after 3 plays and 5 yards. Then the LA Chargers got to 4th and 17 at the Denver 19. Hopkins with a 37-yard field goal, and it was good, and it was tied at 10, the Broncos and LA Chargers. And oh, it's Dustin Hopkins. That's his name. I'm sorry. Dustin Hopkins' field goal was good, and it was. I just wanted to get that name right. That was all. And then the Broncos got to 4th and 9, and Brandon McManus kicked a 27-yard field goal, and it was good, and it was 13 to 10 Broncos at halftime. And you can see how this game was interesting. It was a very few touchdowns in this game tonight. In the third quarter, the Broncos had to punt after going 3 and out, 3 plays and 8 yards. And then the Chargers had the 4th and 1 at the Denver 12. Dustin Hopkins kicked a 31-yard field goal, and it was good, and we are tied at 13. And then the Broncos had to punt again after going 3 and out, 8 plays, 11 yards. And then the Chargers had a turnover on downs. They had a downs. It was a fourth at the Denver 29. Justin Herbert's pass incomplete, short left to Carter. And it was no gain, so it was Tied at 13 at the end of the third quarter. And in the fourth quarter, the Broncos had the punt once again after going 8 plays and 32 yards. And then the Chargers had an interception. And it was a first and 10 at the Chargers 17. Justin Herbert's pass short middle intended for, I think it was Gerald Everett, excuse me. It was intercepted by Browning at the LA Chargers 24 for no gain. And then it was a fumble touched at the LA Charger 29. And it recovers at the LA Charger 30-yard line. And then the Broncos, they got to 4th and 10 at the LA 30. Brandon McManus kicked a 48-yard field goal. It was good. And it was 16-13. Broncos lead. And then the Chargers got to 4th and 12 at the Denver 17. Dustin Hopkins 35-yard field goal. It was good, and we were tied at 16, the Chargers and Broncos. And the Broncos had the punt after 4 plays and 9 yards, and the Chargers had a turnover on downs. It was at 4th and 1 at the LA 44. Justin Herbert's pass incomplete, deep right to it was David Dave Mathis, I think. Let me go into the box score and take a look here. I know that name is on here somewhere. I'm trying to find it. And I'm looking in the box score for it. I am sorry. Oh, it's either Dave Mathis or, I mean, it's got to be. So, to D Mathis, it says, I think it's Dave Mathis, I think. But I'm not sure. I'm trying to find out that name. And I do apologize for the delay. I do apologize as I'm looking for it. Here he's on the Broncos. No, oh, Damare Mathis. Excuse me, Damare Mathis. It was intercepted, but that's who got it, and it was for no gain. And that's when the Broncos got the ball back, and it was overtime. It was to overtime we go, and the Broncos had the punt after 3 plays and 9 yards. They went 3 and out. The Chargers went 3 and out, the punt after 3 plays and 4 yards, and the Broncos had the punt after going 3 and out, 3 plays and 3 yards. And the Chargers had the punt after going out 3 plays and 1 yard, but then they got the ball back, and they Dustin Hopkins kicked a 39-yard field goal, and it was good. And nonetheless, the The Chargers win in overtime by the final score of 19-16. So I gotta give the Chargers the game balls. Justin Herbert, 37 57 carries and attempts, 238 yards, 1 interception. Austin Eckler, 14 attempts, 1 touchdown, 36 yards. And Josh Palmer, wide receiver, 9 receptions, 57 yards. The Chargers go to 3-2. The Broncos fall to 2-4. This was one of those games where it was just more field goals than touchdowns, and it wasn't one of the either quarterback's best games at all. So, but and we got a great Thursday night game coming up for you. It'll be the New Orleans Saints and the Arizona Cardinals, and then the Browns will play Baltimore in Baltimore on Sunday night at Bank Stadium. And then the Sunday night game will be the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. And next Monday night, the Chicago Bears will travel to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to face the New England Patriots. So, and we will have some good matchups for you this week, and I'll let you know those when it gets closer. And the Guardians and Yankees were postponed due to inclement weather, which was rain. So that's been pushed up to tomorrow at 4:07. And I do believe we are going to clinch it. We will beat the Yankees tomorrow. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 Monday Night Football recap show. And I'll be back with the Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football pregame show on Thursday and before the game and after the game. Once the Saints and Cardinals game is concluded. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.